going on today, guys? So I just saw the film last night, and I'm going to be reviewing to you guys Bridge of Spies, which is directed by Steven Spielberg and stars Tom Hanks. And those two guys are just incredible. And this is their fourth collaboration after working on films like Saving Private Ryan, Catch Me If You Can, which I love, and The Terminal. Tom Hanks stars in this film as an American lawyer who is currently defending this Russian spy, or supposedly he is a Russian spy, because he's receiving very unfair treatment. They automatically want him to die, and Tom Hanks is saying that that is against his unalienable rights and against the Constitution, and he is trying to help this man, and while this is all happening, he ends up going to the Supreme Court to defend this man, and this starts to turn the tides around for his domestic life, and his family becomes in danger. Soon after, a pilot who was sent to the Soviet Union in order to take pictures and inspect ends up getting into this helicopter crash, and he is taken in by the Soviets and sent to this prison, and Tom Hanks' character is chosen by the CIA to get these two people, the Russian person that he's defending and the American agent, so that they can make this exchange. This is a very convoluted movie for me because, honestly, going into this film, I had absolutely no idea what it was about. I remember my father wanted to see it, and I said, okay, and I had an interest because it was by Spielberg and it starred Tom Hanks, but I stayed away from all the trailers. That's what I'm going to be doing now, except for Star Wars. I'm going to be staying away from the trailers so that I don't get spoiled with movies. I did that with The Martian, and The Martian is still my favorite film of this year. But guys, I absolutely loved Bridge of Spies. I think this is a fantastically made movie that has very strong dialogue and a very stellar performance by Tom Hanks. I think it was up till about the 45-minute mark where I finally grasped the plot of the story, because there's so much that's happening, little tidbits and pieces of information that I just wasn't receiving and I wasn't getting. And of course my father got it because he's all into the Cold War stuff, and he tried to explain it to me after the film. I really enjoyed the direction that it took. I think this is a very good movie, and Steven Spielberg did a very good job directing, once again. I really enjoyed the actor that played the Russian. He was really, really good, very compelling. And there's this scene, this perfectly amazing scene, where Tom Hanks is interrogating this man very calmly. He's sitting down and he tells him to stand up, and he gives him this story, and as he's walking away he tries to say, hey, you remind me of this person that I once knew, a man that stood up for what was right, a man who, no matter how much he was mercilessly beaten, he would always stand up. And he says, stoic musique, which means strong man. That scene is so great, and it just carries on towards the end of the film. I don't want to get into spoilers, but there's a scene at the end of the film where that line is reiterated, and it just feels so powerful because Spielberg just directed it so well with the droning score by Thomas Newman. I'm going to say that the things that I disliked, well, I can't really say I disliked, but the plot was very convoluted for me because I just quite simply, I didn't grasp all the concepts. And that made it very hard for me to understand this movie, and it interfered with the experience. The film presented itself a little bit too convoluted within the first 30 minutes of the film, and it took me a while to think about, okay, what's going on? I can't necessarily blame the movie for. I think it's really my fault because I don't know a lot of the Cold War stuff. I mean, I know some, but I definitely don't know what at the caliber of just how high this movie was presenting it. So I think that's like my only problem with the movie. But other than that, guys, I really enjoyed Bridge of Spies. I thought it was a very entertaining film, a top-notch thriller, and it's actually true. That's something that I found was very powerful, was a lot of the things that happen in the movie seem like they're just story elements. They feel like they're fictionalized story elements, but they actually happen, which makes it all the better. And I'm going to reiterate, because Spielberg and Hanks, they did a marvelous job with this film. I really think that when those two work on a project together, there's always something magical that comes out. Guys, I really enjoyed Bridge of Spies, so I'm going to give it an A-. Well, thank you guys for watching another one of my movie reviews. I appreciate this as always. And as always, guys, click that like button and send me some comments on what movies you want me to review next. And I'll definitely be delivering for you guys. Upcoming, guys, I'm going to be starting to talk about James Bond films in preparation for the new one called Spectre, which I am so pumped out of my mind for. It's less than 2 weeks away, and I can't believe it's been about 3 years since I've seen Skyfall, because I love Skyfall. And I'm going to be reviewing a select few of the James Bond films, probably my favorites, because those are going to be the easiest to review. I'm going to be reviewing those in preparation for Spectre, so that's going to be incoming. And then also, I think next weekend I'm going to be starting my Star Wars Saga series, where I'm going to be reviewing every Star Wars film in preparation for Star Wars 7, The Force Awakens, coming out December 18th. So guys, I've got some stuff upcoming, but if you guys want to recommend me to do any more films, then send me some comments. But in the end, guys, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned.